Yo, what up? So I figured today we could react to something because I like stupid people. So let me correct myself. Stupid people make me laugh. I'm not sad. I'm not sorry about that. It happens. Okay. Stupid people make me laugh. Because they say common sense is common, but like I don't think common sense is that common. You feel me? But anyway, you know what's funnier than stupid people? Stupid people with money. So I figured we could check out this video I found. It says this. It's here. Let me just show you. Let me show you. The dumbest billionaire on the internet, quote unquote billionaire. So you know this is gonna be good. But anyway, this is by the YouTube channel KiraTV. As always, link to the channel, link to the video will both be in the description below. Be sure to check them out. Let's get it.
In a world where you can become social media famous for the dumbest of reasons, like talking about how you spit on cops or eating a Tide Pod, it's really hard to be the king of social media stupidity. That is, of course, until you find out about this guy.
For all you scared about raw chicken, oh, what if you get salmonella? You're gonna get sick. Every ounce of salmonella I have fuels my body.
Yes, I am the youngest billionaire in the world right now. Make sure everyone knows.
Water is a scam, all right? I'm the first to say this, by the way. I haven't drank water in like 6 months.
I wake up, I make as much money as I possibly can that day, and that money can then multiply because I understand how to multiply money. So I'm just like a sniper with it. I just take 1 or 2 trades a month, huge money, boom, done, out. And I don't even worry about it because I haven't lost a trade since March of last year.
This is Gavin Mayo, a self-proclaimed multi-millionaire who rose to internet infamy in 2023, specifically on the hilarious corner of the internet known as crypto Twitter.
This dude sounds like you can hear the stupidity in his speech. Like, bro, like I stutter, and that's fine, but I don't think I would be okay with being that stupid on like in life. Talking about I'm not every ounce of salmonella fuels my body. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? I forgot to speak into the mic. But yeah, that shit's nah, son. Nah, son. Oh yeah, I forgot to do this. How do you like my shirt? For those of you who have been living under a rock, it is Blitz from Hell of a Boss. I like the show. It's on YouTube. You can just watch it for free on YouTube. Go check it out. I might remember to put a link in the description. I don't know. Or you can just, play after, open up another tab, or just after you finish the video. Hell of a Boss. Anyway, let's get it.
It's like normal Twitter, except everybody posts about cryptocurrency and has a crippling degenerate gambling addiction involving buying shitcoins. Gavin popped up in this swamp like an uninvolving.
Bro, y'all remember the Bored Ape like hype that happened for a hot second? That's funny. Like the whole NFT situation was funny to begin with because people were just paying for pictures that other people. I know the code behind it is supposed to be able to allow people to do some to do different things or something like that. But like people were just taking screenshots of the other person, the actual owner's picture, and then just be like, "Hey, look, I got your shit now." And then they rage about, "Don't take my shit from me!" Like, man, shut the fuck up. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Buying shitcoins. Gavin popped up in this swamp like an unwanted turd in a public pool, right out the gate posting ridiculous and often easily disproven nonsense about.
Also, that's what he looks like. So
his own net worth. You will want examples, of course, so here you go. I spent $7,000 on a lighter today. We are not the same. Now,
why would you want?
There are a few issues with this.
You were not the same, because even if I wanted to spend even if I could spend no. Even if I wanted to spend $7,000 on a lighter, I still couldn't force myself to do so. That's just dumb. That's just bad investment.
this post.
Oops.
The first one being spending $7 on a lighter is not a flex.
It's not.
And it just makes you look like you eat crayons.
Mhm.
Two, the lighter doesn't cost $7,000. It's $700 brand new.
Oh my
It
god.
leaves us with three options for what Gavin was doing with posts like this.
He doesn't know that.
Because there are, of course, other examples of him doing this. Either one, he's too stupid to Google search a lighter before buying it and got himself scammed.
Probably.
Which you will see the irony of later in this video. Two, he's too stupid to think that other people can use Google and figure out the lighter isn't worth $7,000, which then turned him into the laughing stock that he is. Or three, he was purposefully posting things that made him look stupid so he could get internet famous.
I mean,
I have my
maybe that's it, because, you know, sometimes that's all you need to do. It's just fake it till you make it. But one of the 48 laws of power is about deceiving others, you know, and having people think you're dumber than you actually are. Anyway, is that one of the 48 laws of power? I'm pretty sure it's one of the 48 laws of power.
theory on which one this was, and you probably will too. I believe he was trying to cash in on what I like to call the Tate bubble of 2023.
The Tate bubble.
During that year, Andrew Tate was the #1 most searched person on the planet. His
The Tate
name was
bubble.
everywhere on the internet. You could go anywhere on social media and you would see content being bombarded at you on social media with how wealthy he was, how many women he
What colors you'll be guy, mate?
sleeps with, you know, how poor everybody else is, showing expensive cars, jewelry, expensive, lavish lifestyles. That year and the following year of 2024 had a profound impact on the social media landscape, specifically for grifters, idiots, and especially young, easily influenced men.
Like Sneeko. You guys remember the Sneeko grift? When he even said it himself. He got in at the right time, started talking shit about women, and got out. He was even on the Fresh and Fit podcast with Andrew Tate, I think. But I know they've both been on that podcast, and I think he was on it at the same time at some point. But yeah, he's just a grifter. Anyway.
Gavin Mayo's early persona online was very Tate inspired. The music choice in the clips, the outlandish claims, the constant focus on wealth. Not only that, but he was also trying to sell his own, you know, Hustlers University type school, course, whatever we're going to call it, to try and get older people money.
Invite only. Okay, there's the fear of missing out. You got that. And then of course the top also makes it seem more exclusive and makes people people who are desperate enough want to be in this like invite only club. And it says 1%. And it's like, okay, I gotta be in this. You don't have to be in it. You can just ignore that shit. And then of course the top 1% of entrepreneurs, 300 plus members. And obviously the exclusivity also helps people want to join it, even though it's probably shit. But of course, it's also probably just a copy and paste of something that Andrew Tate does. Like he's probably in Andrew Tate's actual or school or whatever, and then he just takes like the any type of material that they show or whatever that he can copy and paste. He just copies it and pastes it in this one. They're probably the exact same.
Which you're going to find very funny as we get further into this video. But Gavin was using this method, the Tate method, to go viral. And it worked like a charm, because how could you not...
Is that Saitama in the back over here? Yeah, that's One Punch Man. Hey, I like your shit, bro. This shit. In this one, it looks like... either Full Metal Alchemist or... Soul Eater? Nah, I don't know. Anyway.
become internet famous for doing things like this.
Chicken, raw chicken, it has salmonella. It could get you sick. Listen, salmonella's already found in your gut. Raw chicken's good for
God,
you.
he's an
Don't let
idiot.
the Matrix trick you.
And of course, let's not forget
Don't let the
flexing his
Matrix
wealthy
trick you.
lifestyle every opportunity he could.
So Twitter saw the
It's the Matrix, bro. Don't let it trick you.
tiger. It wasn't enough. I also decided to buy a lion head. This little guy's getting pretty big. What should I get next?
Well, all of this is fine, right? I mean, it's 2023, and at this point, it's normalized. People being stupid on social media and getting famous, using that fame to then turn around and rake in ad revenue, build a business, sell a course, whatever it's going to be. Countless other methods to use their 15 minutes of fame and cash in on it. So that's my theory. Gavin was purposefully going viral by doing insane, outlandish, or stupid things, making himself a laughing stock on purpose to get famous, and it worked.
Sadly.
Because he was featured in videos. I think I even made a video at the time reacting to how stupid he is. And Moist Critical talked about him. Some Ordinary Gamers talked about him. I think even CoffeeZilla talked about him.
Yeah, those are some big names, to be honest. Like, each of those channels have millions of subscribers.
He was all over social media for all the wrong reasons, but it was the reasons he created. So why did I say it sort of worked out? Because that's what he wanted, right? Well, it's because he got all the eyeballs, but he got none of the following. Even to this day,
sucks.
in 2025, he's sitting at just over 11,500 Twitter followers.
That's
His
tough.
YouTube channel has 16 subscribers, and he struggled to break a few hundred views per video despite millions of views on TikTok using his name. So he couldn't even capitalize on.
How is that possible? Like, I guess, like, what? Or maybe the TikTok views are bot? I don't know. But what I was gonna say was I don't promote my Instagram at all. So yeah. Follow me on Instagram. Sometimes there's this little thing that pops up around here at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, when that pops up again, just look for that and follow me on Instagram. Also, the links to my Instagram will be in the description below. So use that to follow me.
On all of the eyeballs and turn them into a following in the first place, which is all pretty boring stuff so far. I mean, what do we really have? A young guy who wanted to be Andrew Tate, pretended to be richer than he is, tried to get social media famous, and instead becomes the idiot people laugh at in the millions, but without any of the hopeful success that would follow as a trade-off. But the real story about Gavin Mayo is much more interesting, because he wasn't just some poser kid with an ego problem. He wasn't poor and pretending to be rich, faking it till he makes it, and borrowing or loaning things. He actually had money, but not from what he said he had money from. He wasn't trading stocks. He wasn't a cryptocurrency genius like he claimed in his videos or courses he was selling. He was actually a scammer who was responsible for tens of millions of dollars of fraud. The details of his alleged crimes...
That's probably why CoffeeZilla did a video on him. That makes sense.
According to a multi-year investigation by the US federal government, Gavin Mayo and his partner would create NFT projects using aliases, hype them up, create roadmaps to indicate they were going to provide further value to the project long term, sell the NFTs for combined millions of dollars, and then just take all the money and vanish. They did this from 2021 all the way up till 2024. Not just once or twice, you know, a little fraud here, a little fraud there. They did this half a dozen or more times. They just kept coming back, drinking deep from the stupidity pool that is cryptocurrency. You'll have to suspend your common sense here for a second and listen.
I mean, I'm not mad at him. Like, man saw people were it was getting into crypto. He figured out a way to make money off the hype. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not mad at him, but like, shit. The people who were into like NFTs in that time during that NFT bubble, they were dumb as fuck to begin with. Let's be real. Come on, man. NFTs? All right, bro.
Into some of the names of the very legitimate products that these people created as anonymous individuals with no history, no track record, or immediate accountability. These are the products people invested money into. Squiggles, Roost Coin, Moon Portal, Uncovered, Dirty Dogs, Clout Coin.
Clout Coin? Seriously?
Sinful Souls, Faceless, and Vault of Gems, which is the least stupid sounding one of them. So there's no real genius moves here being made by the pair. It wasn't a super well-run operation that required high-level thinking or crazy operational security and super hackers and all that good stuff. It was just two kids who made projects knowing the crypto community would throw money at whatever they thought could turn them a profit, which often includes the dumbest things on the planet, such as the 2024 bull run, which often...
Is this supposed to be Andrew Tate? Is that supposed to be Andrew Tate?
includes the dumbest things on the planet, such as the 2024 bull run of racist, homophobic, Islamophobic, anti-Semitic, or whatever other thing that would be bad, cryptocurrency coins being created, and then people making millions of dollars doing it. The only detail here that makes their crimes even worse is that they eventually used patsy-type figures to take the dive for their scams. Because obviously as time passed, people wanted a real person there, and they weren't going to be the real people, so they'd instead hire somebody to be the manager or the face of the product, and then they'd still just run away with all the money, with that person being left holding the bag, except without the bag because they had none of the money, and instead all the responsibility and death threats and crazy things that come from a community that believe you are the person responsible for stealing all of their money. Essentially...
Hold on a second. Okay, that was weird. The cat was eating something.
They just had a rabid pack of angry investors coming after them. And I'm using air quotes because they're not investing in any sense of the word. It's just degenerate gambling. According to the Department of Justice, when one of these managers exposed Gavin and his partner of being behind the operation, they went on to threaten and harass him, which is just another crime added onto their growing list of reasons they're going to spend the next few years in a federal prison, missing out on that lavish lifestyle that Gavin liked to flex on social media while calling everybody else poor.
What's it say? Let's see. If you're broke, you should be building wealth, not muscle. You don't have time to be squatting in the mirror. You are poor. So he's saying that if you're broke, you're not allowed. You shouldn't at least be trying to work on, your mental by building up something that's what's the word I'm looking for? Building up discipline by going to the gym and working out. Is that what he's trying to say? You see, you don't have 45 minutes a day. You are what the fuck? This guy's dumb.
But the funniest thing about all of this, or at least one of the funniest things, is that all of this was public information for at least 2 years of Gavin's role play as a skinny, uncharismatic, and uninteresting version of Andrew Tate. Everyone on crypto Twitter knew Gavin was a scammer. They knew it. It was provable on chain. They knew he defrauded people for tens of millions of dollars. They just were sat watching this guy incriminate himself, draw attention to himself, hundreds of millions of eyeballs drawn to a lifestyle, knowing he was a criminal. Take, for instance, this post from ZachXBT, who is cryptocurrency's very own Batman, the cyber sleuth who tracks down and exposes crypto scammers for exactly what they are.
Shout out to
Basically,
Zach.
this is a sealed document sent to Meta disclosing their investigation into Gavin Mayo for these crimes that Zach posted as evidence of Gavin being a scammer all the way back in April of 2023.
Damn.
Which I remind you is multiple years after Gavin had already started scamming. And it goes even further back than that. An account called Y3K Pirates posted about Gavin's involvement in all of these frauds back in early of 2022. So let me recap this whole story for you.
Please do.
Gavin Mayo made all of his money defrauding people for 3 years. Literally committing wire fraud on computers.
Through the NFTs, right? So he scams people through the use of NFTs, and then the man starts posting on Twitter and probably TikTok or some shit. Yeah, TikTok, trying to show how wealthy he is and how to get wealthy. And then he makes a course about how to get wealthy, and stupid people buy into that course, and he makes it seem so exclusive and shit like that, that it makes people want to have a fear of missing out and want to be in it more, even more. And so then now they're paying like a monthly fucking thing or something, I'm guessing. And he just sits there and does nothing, or just bullshits the entire time. And that's how he makes his money.
Likely money laundering as well, because obviously he had to hide the money and probably wasn't paying taxes on the tens of millions of dollars he was stealing. Federal crimes that see people go to prison for multiple years of their life. Despite being rich from these crimes, he decided that wasn't enough. You know, not only am I stupid, I'm also greedy. So instead of just retiring and maybe fleeing the country or something with these tens of millions of dollars of ill-gotten gains for the crimes he knew he committed, which he knew were crimes, he instead decided he was going to become internet famous, showing all of the stolen wealth that he stole from the people he was advertising his services to, antagonizing people by calling them poor, and painting a massive bullseye on his back at the same time. He did all of that knowing that the whole cryptocurrency world knew he was a criminal and had easily accessible and objectively provable evidence that this was the case. He did all of this knowing subpoenas had been sent from the Justice Department to social media platforms in association with investigations into his life. And for years, all of this seemed like it would just be another cryptocurrency cowboy story, that he'd get away with it all, that the scammers wouldn't be punished, and that we live in a bizarro land, because that's often what happens. But in December of 2024, justice was finally served.
Still, that raw chicken shit is just fucking nasty, bro.
Just 5 days before Christmas, while we were all celebrating, spending times with our loved ones, doing things normal people do, Gavin Mayer woke up to the sound of banging at his door. He probably had a late night being rich, spoiled, and a criminal, so he was a little groggy, you know. He put on his Gucci flip-flops, he walked downstairs, the multi-million-dollar mansion that he was in, and what do you know? It wasn't Father Christmas, it was agents of Homeland Security's investigation squad that had been investigating him for years. They had a present for him, and it was a 6-count indictment, including conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and stalking, for which him and his partner face a grand total of 20 years in prison. So that's a pretty satisfying end to that story, because if the feds investigate you for 3 years, the chances that you beat them in court is statistically less than 2%. So the question isn't whether or not they did it, it's just how long they're going to spend in prison for doing it. So that's the story of Gavin Mayer, one of the dumbest people on the planet, who tried to pretend he was super smart, he was a crypto genius, stock investor, forex trading savant, who you should totally pay to learn his knowledge about all these things, because they made him rich, clearly. But obviously he didn't do any of that. He just stole from the same type of person that would buy a 20-year-old's money-making course on the internet. But there we go. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace.
That was a great video, Kira. And also, was this his first time showing his face? I don't know. I don't think he ever really shows his face like that. But hey, this was a great video. But yeah, how stupid do you have to be to show off, to flaunt your stolen wealth, and not think people are watching you? Not think they're like, hold on, let me look into this shit. And then for him to just wake up and get busted, it's like, bro, it's over with. Anyway, yeah, that was an interesting video. So pretty much, if you're gonna pull off a bunch of illegal activities in order to get your money, you probably shouldn't flaunt your wealth at all. You should probably just like stay hidden with that ish. You feel me? But it's your choice. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to do those 3 things I'd like to ask you to do: and like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell for more videos. Yeah. And as always, link to the video, link to the channel we just watched will both be in the description below. So be sure to check out KiraTV. And yeah, that's it. Peace.